Hello everyone, this is Jack and welcome to our new course on ethical hacking. It is truly a new course and a complete one. So before we begin, let me guide you to some of the brief contents. Now we'll be learning attacks, the basics of Linux, now assessments and then exploit development and mobile hacking. Now all these parts will have 4 to 5 subtopics of their own, and then we are going to learn the complete penetration testing, and we are going to use Kali Linux 2019 for that. I'm not doing the installation part here as many YouTubers have already done that. So in this very first video we are going to learn some of the basics of command line and networking, which is the very first step for ethical hacking. Let's begin with some basic commands, and also these commands are possible for any of the Debian type operating system or Linux, so you don't need to worry if you're using Ubuntu or whatever. Now let's just open up a terminal and let's start with some basic commands like listing up directories. So if you want to list directories, you must use ls command, and as you hit enter you will see all the directories here. Now if you want to know the current directory in which you are, just type in pwd for that and just hit enter. Now you see here my current directory is root, and also we have this change directory command which is cd and then followed by the directory name. Let's say I want to move to desktop, then just type in desktop here, and as you hit enter you'll see this has changed here completely. And then if we want to know our current directory, just type in pwd. Now you'll see here root and desktop, now which we have changed from root and then to desktop. Now if you want to move to a, or if you want to jump to a folder, let's say if you want an etc folder to jump to etc folder, which is here, let me just show you. Now you see here this is the etc folder here. Now let's say if you want to jump there, you can, what you can use is just type in cd and then 2 dots and then this slash and then just type in the folder name which is etc. Now you see here we have this current directory as etc, just type in pwd and then you see here etc directory. Also if you want to list all the directories here, just type in ls and you will see all the directories here. Now if you want to go back to your previous directory, just type in cd, and to clear the terminal screen just type in clear and hit enter. Now let's say if you want to learn more about a command, let's say ls command, just use the manual command which is man and then followed by the command name which is, let's say, ls we want to learn about. Now you'll see here all possible commands here, which is you can scroll down for more and then just press q to quit. Now I'm not going to show you all here. So now let's say if you want to add user, what you can do is just type in add user command and then just name, let's say, Jack for here. Now you see here it will ask for password. Let me type in a password, then just confirm it. Now just I'm going to press enter for default, just type in yes, y for yes. Now you see our user is created. Now let's say if you want to add it to super user file, then we must type in add user and then let my name which is Jack and then to sudo. Now you see here adding user Jack to group sudo, which is done. Now if you want to move to that, just type in su and then Jack. You see here I have successfully moved to this. Now if you want this to give sudo permissions, just type in sudo -i, then just type in the password. Now you see here I have now super user permissions here again. Just I'm gonna type in clear here. Now let's say if you want to create a file or a directory, you can use the touch command to create a file. Let's move to desktop here first. Now you see here we have 2 files already. Now I'm going to create a new file here. Now use the touch command here, which is touch and then the file name which you want to create, let's say jack.txt. Now as you hit enter, you'll see a new file here which is jack.txt. Now what you need to do is, also if you want to remove this file, just type in rm and then just the file name which is jack.txt. Now you see the file is successfully removed. Now to create a directory, just type in mkdir and then the directory name, let's say test. Now as you hit enter, you'll see a test directory here. Now to remove this, you can type rmdir and then test. Now you see the directory is removed. So these are some basic commands for creating and deleting directories. Now let me clear the screen first. Now let's say if you want to copy this file here to somewhere else, or we can say let's just copy this file here with another name. So what you can do is use the cp command. Now the syntax for cp command is use cp and then just type in the source destination for the file and then just type the destination where you want to move or copy that. Now let's say I am at root and then desktop and then my file name is, let's say fp2.txt or fp2, you can say fp2 here, and then I'm going to copy that here again and then just type in again root and then desktop and then again a slash and then let's say fp3. Now as you hit enter, you will see another file here. Now if you want to see whether it is copied or not, or it's a new one, just open this and then we are going to open this again and fp2 here and this is fp3 here. You can see both are same. Now let's just remove this one. Now to move a file, just replace cp by mv and you will be able to move any file. Now let's say if you want to add some text to a file with this command line, now let us create a file first. Let's say touch test.txt here and then you can use echo command for that. Just use echo and then let's say hello. This is used to print whatever we want here in the terminal. Now to add this text to this file, what you can do is just use echo again and then hello and then use this greater than symbol and then just type in the file name which is test.txt here. Now you see if you open this file here, you'll see hello here. Now the thing is, if we want to add another line, if we use this operator again, then this hello will be replaced and you will not get this one which we already added that. So to add a new one and also to preserve the previous one, use let's say hello second time and then just followed by two greater than operators and then let's say the name which is test.txt. Now you see we will have two lines here. You don't need to increase this with the lines, so only two are enough for that. Now let me clear the screen. Now if you want to just open this here in the terminal, just type in cat and then the file name which is test.txt. As you hit enter, you will see the file here. Now we are going to learn about file permissions here in Linux. Now to change the file permissions, we can use chmod command. Now chmod can be used to specify permissions for the owner, the group and the world. Now using ls-l commands give us the current permissions for the file. Now let's do that. ls then -l and then let's say if we want for fp2. Now if you click here, you'll see we have read, write, read and read. Now these three is for world here, the middle three is for group, and the first three is for owner. Now you see read write execute, and then read write execute. Now I'm going to tell you about file permissions in detail here. So let me open this file first, cat fp2. Now you see I have a file here. Now this file tells you about those file permissions. Now for the integer value of 7, now which we are going to use at this one here, chmod owner group and world. Now for the integer value of 7 we have full permissions, which is 111, which is for read, write and execute. The first one is for read, and then second one is for write, and the third one is for execute. 1 means true, so true, true and true for read, write and execute, which is full permission here. Then this number 6 write, and we have 1 for read, write, and then 0 for execute, which is we don't want to allow execute here. And then we have integer value of 5, which is read and execute, and which is 1, and write 0 for write, and then 1 for execute again. And then similarly we have up to 0 here. 0 is for none, which is 0 0 0. Now to use chmod command you must type in chmod, and then you have to specify for owner, group and world. For owner, let's say we want to give it full permission, let's say 7, and then for group and world we don't want to give any permission, so let's type in 0. So now followed by a space you must type in the file name, which is fp2. Now as you hit enter, the file permissions are completely changed. Now let's type ls-ll again. Now once you click on enter, you'll see here rwx, which is read, write, execute for group, as we wanted to give it. Previously it was read and write. Now since we have declared this 7 here for owner, which is full permission, so it is giving read, write and execute, and then all dashes here, which indicates no permission. So similarly you can change for others too. Now you can just note this, or you can just copy this or take a screenshot here. Now we are going to move forward. Let's just clear the screen here. Let's just learn how to edit a file. In Linux you can edit a file in two ways, either by nano and other by vi. Now to use nano, just type in nano followed by the file name, which is fp2. Now as you click on enter, you'll see here this file editor. Now if you want to edit this, just use arrow buttons here. Let's say 8. I don't want to change that, I'm just telling you. Now you can change that, and just to click save, just type in control plus, you can use these commands here. You'll see all here. To exit, just type in control and X, and then you will be able to exit. So I'm going to exit this, just I'm not going to save that, so type in N and this will exit. Now similarly we have vi editor, just type in vi and then the file name fp2. This is way too different than nano. Now to do editing here, you must type in I here first. So as you see, I typed in I and I opened the insert mode here. You can see here. Now I can insert whatever I want. Let's say I want to delete this 5, and then just type in, I'm not going to do that again. So you can just use all of that. Also to exit you just need to type wq, which is write and quit. So that's all for this video. And in the second part of this very particular video, we are going to see data manipulation and then managing networking, in which we will see how to set up our IP static and how to use a listener on a specific port, and also some of the basic network commands. So that's all for this video.